Hello everyone and welcome back to our operating system practical series. I am Nadia Patel. Let us get back to our operating system practical series, and this is probably the last assignment of operating system. So in this program we are going to implement ls command of Linux with following options. So this ls command of Linux operating system is used to list files from your drive or directory or your folder. It is going to return you a list of files like dir command of DOS, which gives us a list of files from our location or our folder. ls command of Linux is going to give us a list of files. So the first option which we are going to implement is ls itself, which is going to just give us the names of all possible files at our location. The second option is ls-l, which is going to give us a long list of files. Now what this long list of files is all about, it is going to return the names of all the files with its size and the date and time of its creation. So this ls-l option is going to give us, first thing, name of all possible files with their respective sizes and their respective date and time of creation. The third option is ls-a, which is usually used to display or list if any hidden files are present in our location. So it works very similar to ls-l, but in conjunction with ls-l output, it also adds some hidden files if they are present. So this is all about ls command of Linux. Now let us go through the code. We are going to implement all the three options through our C program. So I have made use of our studio.h, ponyo.h files. I have made use of string.h because now we are going to display a long list of names of files. So for that we will require strings, and we will also require some string copy or string concatenation functions as well. I have made use of dir.h because we are going to make use of some directory handling functions in our program. So let us go through the code. So like, or you can say unlike the other C programs which we have already studied, here I have created a struct class. Now this struct class in C is actually a user-defined data type that enables us to store the collection of different data types. So we are going to make use of struct class, and all the, you can say, elements of this class are known as members of that class. So these are the members of the class struct. Now let us go through the main function. In the main function we have kept the same format of program, which is making use of argument counter and vector. Counter is going to count and vector is going to store the arguments. I have made use of again struct ffblk function. Now what is this function of C? This function is actually a structure to hold search results and information about our searches. So in this very program of C, where we are going to implement the ls command of Linux, we are actually going to search for the files which are available in our directory location. We are going to search them, and we are going to return the names of those files and the sizes and the date and time of their creation. So for that we need to make use of some variables and some functions which can help us in searching and sorting them. So the second function is the ftime function, which is a C function which is useful in setting time into time variables. Now let us go through the code. We are going to handle the arguments, find the files and display their name. So before that I have made use of only one file pointer. Now let us see what the code is all about. So speaking about the arguments, if you check the command with their option, here we are just going to implement ls. So the number of argument is 1. Here we are going to implement ls-l. So number of argument becomes 2, and again ls-a, that is number of argument is 2. So our code is going to work exactly when the number of arguments become equal to 2. If they are less than 2, it is okay, because for argument equal to 1 it is going to give the list of files. If the list of or the count of arguments becomes greater than 2, it is not supposed to work. So accordingly I have placed the content of the code when arguments become equal to 1, that is, it is going to implement the first option, which is just giving us the list of file names. That's it. So here, if arguments count becomes equal to 1, we are going to make use of find first function of C. It is going to find for the .c extension files and store them into variable f, and we are simply going to print the name, which is in the format of a string, on the screen, and we are going to find the next until we reach or until we find the .c extension files. This loop is going to get executed. If the arguments count is greater than 2, because our arguments are maximum 2, if it becomes greater than 2, we are going to display one error. Now let us see the code for ls-a. If you are giving option A, it is supposed to find the .c extension files, store them into f, copy them and display their name. At the same time it is going to find their sizes, and it is going to find the next file and increment the counter. Similarly, it is going to store the names into temporary variable temp and display them. Now here is the code to actually display the name, size, day, date and time of the file creation. So in the first statement we are going to display the name and size of the file. In the second statement we are making use of getTime function. We are going to first read the file into the read mode. We are going to read a file, open a file, we'll find the time, date of its creation by making use of the functions which are under time function. We will calculate actually what is the day, month and year of file creation. Similarly, we will find what was the time of file creation, that is by making use of hour, minute and second function of C. So this is the code for actually displaying the file name, size, day, month, year, hour, minutes and seconds. So same thing is going to happen in ls-l. Let us check the code for ls-l. Yes, so here it is. We are again going to make use of find first function, find for .c files, store them into variable f, display them by making use of temporary variables, or you can say temp. And finally this is the same code of displaying name, size, day, month, year and hour, minutes and seconds. So that's it. This is all about ls command of Linux, which is just going to give us the list of, you can say, files present in your directory location. Now let us check how to execute this program. So it is going to have the similar or normal type of execution where we are, again, before proceeding, do not forget to change your directory location. I have already changed my directory location to my folder location where usually my program stays. I have saved my program in my folder and I have changed my directory location, and now I will just execute it by making use of compile, make, link and finally build all. So this is my exe name. Let us proceed to the DOS shell where we are going to actually execute this program. So the first option is ls. So instead of typing ls, I will be typing my exe file name, which is ls1.exe, and enter. So these are the possible list of C programs in my directory location. Now I am executing the second option, that is the ls-l. Here we are going to type our exe name space hyphen, or you can say dash l, small l, and enter. So this is the list of files with its respective size into bytes, and date of when it was created and time of when it was created. So the third option, which is again our exe name space hyphen a, and enter. So hyphen a option is going to give us if any of the hidden files are present. It is just going to list them, otherwise it is just very similar to ls-l. So that's it. This is all about the ls command of Linux. Do not forget to actually check the way code is written. If you are adding spaces, it is not going to work. If you are not putting the required spaces at the required sections or the required place, it is not going to work. So only case, or you can say only reason of getting errors in operating system programs are the typing mistakes which you do. So either it is going to be the spelling mistake, or because of the add-on spaces, or because of the low amount of spaces you give. So go through the code one more time so that you don't remain into any type of confusion. So this is it. This is all about the ls command of Linux. I hope you understood it.